Welcome to episode 15, the grand finale of our deep dive series into the book Psycho Cybernetics. We are so glad you are here with us for this one. So right around the time people hit their mid-40s or 50s, this really strange phenomenon occurs. Some people physically start to age almost overnight, their posture changes, their energy drops, and they just, look old. And the wild part from the text is that some people begin to look and act old simply because they unconsciously expect to. They hit a societal milestone, and their biology literally complies, while others continue to act and look remarkably young for much longer. Okay, let's unpack this. We are looking at a profound problem here, where stress, emotional tension, and simply lacking a goal can literally age us prematurely. The tragic reality we often see with retirees who sometimes pass away quickly just because they have nothing to do or strive for. Futility and living in the past really characterize old age.
That expectation is an incredibly powerful biological trigger. And when we talk about aging in the context of this material, we are really talking about how the body handles that stress over time. What's fascinating here is the underlying concept of the life force.
Right, the life force.
Yes, and to really grasp this, we have to completely shift our paradigm of what a human being actually is. We are so heavily conditioned to think of ourselves as organic machines.
Yeah, like cars. You put fuel in, and eventually the parts just break down.
Exactly. But the author argues that humans are not machines. Rather, we are the essence that animates these complex mechanisms.
Oh, wow.
We are the operators of the machinery, and this life force is tied directly to what is scientifically called adaptation energy. The body is equipped to maintain itself, to cure illness, and to cope with aging factors using this specific energy.
So it's an active process.
Very active. And when this adaptation energy is at an optimum, all our organs just function better. It allows us to heal faster and literally act younger.
That distinction between being the machine and being the operator changes everything. To make this physical reality a bit more relatable for you, I want to compare the body's capillaries to a city's highway system.
I love that analogy.
Yeah, so imagine a bustling metropolis. The highways and the smaller side roads, the capillaries, are responsible for delivering all the vital goods, the life-giving blood, to the neighborhoods. And they also remove all the waste products.
It's a massive logistical operation.
Right. Now, when there is a profound lack of physical exercise, it is as if the city slashes its infrastructure budget. Those capillaries begin to constrict and virtually disappear. You're essentially drying up the roads.
Which cuts off the supply.
Exactly. It cuts off the supply of life-giving blood. And even worse, it traps the waste products in the tissues. But when you engage in vigorous exercise, it forces those pathways to dilate.
It expands the highways.
Yeah, it expands them and revitalizes the city. But I have to ask, how exactly does this physical reality of activity connect to our mental state and to that body's healing mechanism you were just talking about?
Well, the connection lies in the truth that activity literally means life. A static system is a decaying system. To understand this psychologically, we need to look at the 6 basic needs every human has.
Okay, what are those?
We have the need for love, security, creative expression, recognition and new experiences, and self-esteem.
Those sound pretty standard, psychology baselines.
They are. But the author adds a crucial 7th need to this list. The need for more life.
The need for more life. I like that phrasing.
It's powerful, right? It means looking forward to tomorrow and the future with gladness and anticipation. The 7th need is the psychological equivalent of that vigorous physical exercise you just described.
It dilates our mental capacity.
Precisely. And this has measurable clinical implications. For instance, medical professionals have observed that surgery patients heal much faster when they are optimistic, cheerful, and crucially, when they have a compelling reason to get well quickly.
So they have goal waiting for them on the other side.
Yeah. Exactly. And the ultimate proof that mental attitudes influence the body's healing mechanisms is the placebo effect.
Oh, right, the sugar pills.
Yeah, you give people sugar pills, but you completely convince them that they are receiving real medicine. Because the subject genuinely believes it, their body physically acts as if it were given the actual medicine. The healing is triggered by the mind's expectation.
Yeah.
It just requires genuine belief.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Because if the healing mechanism can be triggered simply because the mind expects a positive outcome, then the essence of creativity is looking forward toward a goal.
It really is.
The author gives this incredible instruction to develop a nostalgia for the future.
I've always loved that phrase, nostalgia for the future.
It's so poetic. It means creating a vivid vision of something that hasn't happened yet and yearning for it. Enthusiasm for life literally creates a need for more life, and you will receive it. But how can the listener actually harness this power? What's a specific, actionable way to do this?
The most practical application is through a mental imagery practice. It's simple, but you have to be intentional. You start by picturing a short-term goal or project.
Okay, short term.
Right, and pick something emotionally charged that you actually care about, but it needs to be something you can create in a single day or week.
So we're avoiding the massive life overhauls for now.
Definitely. You have to start with the small stuff before tackling the big stuff. By achieving these small goals in your mind, and then in reality, you build confidence in the process and in yourself.
That makes total sense.
But here is the crucial warning. You must absolutely not set a deadline for these goals during your imagery practice.
Wait, really? No deadlines?
No deadlines. The purpose of mental imagery is to give your creative mechanism a goal to move towards without inhibition or tension.
But, I mean, we live in a culture built entirely on deadlines. Doesn't that go against all productivity advice?
It goes against conventional advice, yes. But too much effort and focus literally causes a clog and a jam in your nervous system. When you force a deadline, you introduce stress.
You start worrying about the clock instead of the outcome.
Exactly. You want to provide the destination, feel the reality of arriving there, and then get out of your own way.
It's like we are accidentally hitting the brake and the gas at the same time when we stress over a deadline.
That is perfectly said.
Well, as we absorb this advice, I want to anchor our entire discussion today with a standout concept from the author. He emphasizes that we must not limit our acceptance of life by our own feelings of unworthiness.
That feeling of unworthiness is such a huge block for people.
It truly is. But the author makes this powerful assertion that it is actually an insult to our Creator to turn our backs upon these gifts of happiness and joy.
That is a profound way to look at it.
Right. He notes that the most realistic self-image you can possibly hold is to think of yourself as being made in the image of God. So if someone practices this daily shift in self-image, along with that mental imagery, what does the long-term result look like for the listener?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the long-term results are transformative. As you practice using this mental imagery daily, you will notice a very distinct, calm, relaxed state that you carry with you throughout the day.
Like a new baseline.
Yes, and it improves with each consecutive day. Over time, consistent use will cause other mental skills to show up in your life.
What kinds of skills?
Well, you will develop a better awareness of your conscience. You will start naturally listening to your gut feelings rather than overthinking, and you will experience flashes of insight simply by remaining open to your creative mechanism.
Solutions will just pop into your head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your intuitive skills will simply show up of their own accord because you aren't jamming the system with tension.
So what does this all mean? It means that you will experience happiness as you experience more life. And that means more accomplishment, more love experienced and given, and more health.
It's all interconnected.
It is. And the author encourages you not to be too proud, to never refuse the help and joy that others may bring or that you can give to them.
This raises an important question. I want you to consider, what is your personal, compelling reason to get well, to stay active, and to look forward to tomorrow?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is. I challenge you to find that one small, emotionally charged goal you can focus on this week without forcing a deadline. Just let your creative mechanism do the work it was designed to do.
That is incredible advice to end on. And that officially wraps up episode 15, celebrating the completion of our Psycho Cybernetics journey. It has been an absolute blast diving into this with all of you. You now have the blueprint to clear the traffic jams from your mind and step into a future you genuinely cannot wait to experience. Please make sure to like and subscribe to get notified about the next episode, where we will be diving into a brand new topic. Until then, keep looking forward.